Hey there, hope everyone's having a great day. Summer and I are out exploring the trails and we thought we'd make a quick video about entertainment to have out on the Appalachian Trail when you thru hike. So as you all know, I hiked the trail in 2018, and while it is a fantastic place to get lost and connect with nature and connect with the trails, it is there are moments when you're out there that it gets to be well, how do I say, just I won't say boring, but you just want to occupy your mind. So there was a few things that I carried out on the trail with me that did help with that a lot, and I wanted to just share some of that information. Again, first of all, it was my first priority to have silence, not have my electronic devices out, and to really soak in nature in the trail. But after so long, you really just need some mental stimulation. And here is a few things that I took on the trail that worked well for me. First thing I used was music. I had uplifting music, various playlists that I had downloaded onto my phone that I used to listen to. I listened to that a lot, and mainly it was through Pandora. I got a subscription to that, and they do allow you to listen to some of your playlists offline. So I believe it's $75 a year, and that was a big resource. That was probably what I listened to the most out there. Another thing I had was audiobooks. I love books. I love reading books, and I love listening to books. So I had purchased and downloaded a whole bunch of audiobooks that I would listen to, and many of them I listened to multiple times. So that's an option for you out there. If you need a book, an idea for one, you can download my book. I have when I hiked the trail in 2018, I did the thru hike in preparation for 3 different long distance races that I completed right after the trail, and the book is about the whole journey of doing all of that. It's called Running-Thru, and it's by myself, Stephanie White. So that's one you can listen to and purchase if you get the chance. But I listened to a bunch of various types of books, mostly adventure books, while I was out there, and loved it. So that's an option for you. Another thing that I would do was listen to and download podcasts. The cell service is spotty out there, so unless you have Verizon, which you'll have better luck with your service if you have that, but if you don't, you're going to be going through most of the trail without service. So I would download a lot of podcasts and listen to those as I went. So that's an option as well. One thing that I'll be taking this year, since I'll be thru hiking again 2021, is YouTube. We have a YouTube subscription now, so I'm able to download videos, but I've downloaded a whole bunch of music stations through YouTube that I will be listening to. I'm going to try that out rather than Pandora this time. So that's an option for you as well. It looks like it might be a little bit easier to do that, and I have a larger variety of music that I can listen to. So I'm looking forward to that resource. Of course, conversation out there with other hikers is always fun, and but a lot of times you'll be hiking out there alone, especially if you start early. In 2018, I started in February, so I did a whole lot of the trail solo, which I preferred, but it gives you a lot of time out there to think. So any issues you have in your life, if you're working through anything, or if you're trying to figure anything out subconsciously or consciously, that's the place to do it out there on the trail. You're going to have a lot of time and a lot of solitude to figure things out, which I think is great. It goes with the saying, the trail provides. And it sure does. Sure gives you such opportunities to do so much out there, and work through things is definitely one of them. So that's something to look forward to. That's what I look forward to. it made me a better person afterwards, but I could do a whole video on that. But another resource that you could have is downloading some movies. So I know with Netflix, you are able to download videos or movies if you have a subscription, of course. And I did that quite often. I would go and download a bunch of movies, and then ever so often, like maybe once a week, I would kind of have a movie night with myself. I would get into camp a little earlier and set up all of my tent supplies and everything, get everything settled, have dinner, and then I would settle in for a movie. And since they're downloaded on your phone, you can just watch the movie offline. And so I would do that every once in a while just to break up the monotony and do something different. I would look forward to watching a movie. It was not something that I did often, and I wouldn't even say I did it every week, but just ever so often, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, I would have a movie night, and that was fun to think about and look forward to before that would happen. So that's an option to keep your mind occupied. But yep, those were the main things that I used to keep my mind busy and occupied while I was out on the trail. Oh, one other thing is notes. So I made a whole lot of notes. I was writing a blog throughout my whole journey when I went in 2018, so I would oftentimes do the voice to text on my phone and using my notes app. So that is something you can do if you're trying to figure out something, or if you're trying to write a journal or keep track of something, or if you have thoughts going through your head at a certain time. I try to do everything in real time so that I was pretty clear on the emotions as I was having them, just to be accurate on the information. And Summer, oh, you silly girl. And so I would often use the notes app. Oh, I don't know what you want. What is it? All right, let's go. But she's so silly. But that was something I used quite a bit, and I would look back on my notes when I got to camp to fix any of the spelling errors and such, or add to whatever I was doing. But that is something you can consider doing too, especially if you're going to be writing a journal or blogging throughout your journey. So lots of fun. Also video. I'll be doing videos throughout this journey 2021, so I will be working on my content with that, but that should keep my mind quite busy. I'm not planning on doing it all the time, but as often as I can or want to, I will be making videos of my journey. So that's projects you could be working on. It is nice to have a blog or a journal of your journey when you're out there. It's really fun to go back and reflect on. So if you can work on something like that, that's a lot of fun to do. And having it on your phone rather than an actual book will save you some pack weight. Makes it a little easier at least. So things to consider. Hope some of this stuff was helpful. Hope you have a fantastic trip when you do your thru hike, or if you're planning one, to get out there and have a great time, make some amazing memories, and take care. Happy hiking.